These are the 3 tips to follow when you're catching the reversal. Let's get straight into it. So first thing, when we're looking at a reversal, we need a clear low or high being taken out. Okay, whether that's on a daily, whether that's on the 6 hour, whether that's on the 4 hour. First, you need a clear structure within the time frame that you're looking at, and then you need a clear low or high being taken out within that time frame. Okay, and once it's taking out a low or a high, so in this example, we'll be using the lows. Okay, but once we're taking the low out, right? The first thing that I look for is is there a gap being created lower? Yes or no? That's the first question that I always ask myself. Is there fair value going lower below the previous lick? That's the first sign that I want to look for. Okay, and once we close this candle below, right, most of the traders will now be even more bearish. Okay, at that point, this is another break, right? Candle close below a low. What is that? That's a break lower, right? But in my book, in my teachings, if there is no fair value being created after this candle close below this low, and then you guys can see the next candle comes back out and closes back above this low, and then we effectively have created no gap, right? When we dipped down below here, the price, that's what I'm looking for. Did we fair value lower after we take this low out? But the answer is no, right? We did not fair value lower here. So then the second step that I look for after I spot there's no fair value going lower, now I want to confirm this, right? But how? I'll confirm this using the order flow chart. Okay, so now within the order flow chart, what are we seeing as we're taking out this low? So now if we zoom into it, you guys will see as we're taking this low out, look at this liquidation candle, okay? This candle itself, that's taking the low out, right? What do we do as we finish this lick? We are literally creating a bullish imbalance as we're finishing off this liquidation, right? So now at this exact bottom tick, we're getting 29K buys and 591 sells, okay? Which creates bullish imbalance, which is this black box within the market. Again, bullish imbalance tells you that there will be now a new bullish fair value in the market going the other direction. So what that means is now, since we have created no fair value going below the previous liquidation, and then we have created bullish imbalance as we're not able to fair value lower, that is now already triggering in my head that we're about to see a bullish order flow going the other direction. So now if we check the chart after those imbalance being created and also a low, a lower low as we're doing the liquidation, not gapping lower, and then a higher low coming back to rebalance those imbalances that we have created from those liquidations. So now again, imbalance, another imbalance as we close above, and then you guys can see now the point of control is shifting above, back above this liquidation level. So that's the key again. If this was bearish, we would have already seen another fair value going lower, and we would have seen more bearish imbalance being created below this low. And then you guys will see more POCs below, right? Below these lows now. But now we're shifting POC back above this leg, plus we're creating new bullish imbalances that's now being held. And then again, it pops back in to do the higher low, right back into the imbalance, creating another bullish imbalance as we rebalance this imbalance, taking out these lows again, creating a higher low. And again, at these bottom tick, what do you guys see? 53K buys and 5K sell at this exact price, right? So again, hence signaling to me that there will be new fair value in the market to the other direction, since now we have effectively failed to create more bearish order flow going below these levels. So it's not just guessing and looking at the shapes, guys, right? It has a lot to do with you being able to read what is happening as all these is going on. And then now the final step is for the entry, right? So now if you guys understand all that, you guys can go into your lower time frame. And as that is happening, right, that higher low is being created, you guys want to now look for bullish divergences as we're coming into these levels. And you guys can see, as we literally did that lower low move on the footprint chart, looking at making this bullish imbalance, what do we exactly do now, right? Low, lower low. What do you guys see on the momentum? Low, higher low, buy dot, and then another buy down on our easy oscillator, plus a bullish divergence right as we're doing this liquidation itself. So now on this lower time frame, as we done the lick, you can now come in to the lower time frame and now look for the exact same thing, right? We were on the daily, right? But now we zoomed into the 90 minutes, and now you will see the same fractal playing out as we're taking out the 90-minute lows, right? We're not fair valuing lower. And again, we're creating low, lower low, higher low, right? So off of that higher